Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93. 2 weeks and 1,000 tons of rock later, I-70 through Glenwood Canyon is scheduled to reopen this Saturday with one lane in both directions. CDOT confirmed the news today after a visit from Governor Jared Polis. But reopening comes with some caveats. Reopening depends on weather and progress on critical repairs in the next 4 days. The state just got $11.6 million in emergency funding from FEMA. Town of Frisco is rethinking 4th of July, 2 years after the last summer fireworks show. Vanessa Agee with the town.
Stick with a human-powered parade, but add some components back in. And yes, entertain fireworks because I think the community feels like it's really important.
Council thinks a human-powered parade, like this year's dog parade, would be a unique addition to Frisco, and everyone supported fireworks, except for Mayor Hunter Mortensen.
I think fireworks are dead. I don't think we have a need for them anymore. I don't see the value of them. Maybe it's because I'm spoiled because I get to play with loud things every day at work. And I know that exhilaration, but
the one exception, fireworks will not happen with a Stage 2 fire ban like the one we had this year. The clash continues at Frisco Bay Marina, where frustrated slip holders again dominated public comment at yesterday's council meeting.
It has been an absolutely disastrous season.
That was Lindsay Atkins of Silverthorne. 5 people spoke, and all agree with boat owner Liz Ritchie.
There was an enormous error of judgment made at the beginning of the season because the people who were making those decisions were ill-informed. And I really put the burden of that on F3.
Newtown manager Tony O'Rourke has made this a priority. No timeline yet for refunds, though, or other solutions. The Delta variant is responsible for 100% of COVID cases in Summit today, sickening more than 160 people this month alone. Some businesses and towns like Frisco are mandating face masks again, and at least one man planning a wedding in Frisco says this patchwork rulemaking is confusing.
When there's a mask mandate everywhere, I strongly agree that they are safe. However, I'm just concerned that now the town of Frisco is going to be losing money as people will no longer be using the town of Frisco's buildings and just be taking the money and putting it towards the building right next door.
The local board of health has not imposed a countywide mask mandate. Starting Monday, face masks are required in all county buildings. There is a serious shortage of bus drivers in Summit and across the state. Summit Schools interim superintendent Roy Crawford.
Because we're short 6 or 7 drivers, we would like to run 16 or 17 runs, and we can only run 10.
It's the same issue at Breck Freeride, down 15 drivers for winter, and at Summit Stage, down 17 drivers. But the stage hopes housing will help. It just closed on a 6-bedroom house in Dillon, purchased just for drivers. This week on the State of Summit.
What does every child need from us academically, social, emotionally, physically? What does every child need? And we're focused on providing that as our top priority.
That was Roy Crawford, interim superintendent at Summit School District, explaining his vision for orchestrating students, administrators, and parents this coming school year.
Students are students around the world, and it doesn't matter if they're in Cambodia or if they're in Summit or if they're in Manitou Springs. They have the same needs, they have the same passions. Teachers are the same around the world. You know, they love what they do, they work their tails off, they're focused on children, and parents are the same around the world. They want what's best for their kids.
Crawford brings decades of experience to the district, from Manitou Springs to Malta and Cambodia, and he is not scared away by recent controversy over equity, curriculum, and teacher turnover.
A school can deal with that simply by being transparent, by being honest, by gaining the credibility that you're working on behalf of children.
His term is for 1 year, and for now, all students will be spending it in the classroom.
Face masks and our high vaccination rate is what allows us to have all kids in school every day. It allows us to reduce the social distancing.
Teachers are back in classrooms now. Students are back next Wednesday. Tune in again next Wednesday for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, the Summit High Tigers are back with fall sports practicing now. First games for most teams are later this month. Boys soccer August 20th, volleyball August 20th, football August 27th, cross country August 28th. Golf already had their first tournament yesterday. Girls rugby will be opening practice today. Phil Lindemann with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93.